Hello and welcome back to the colony with Man and the Antz, playing some more Empires of the Undergrowth today. So we're continuing on with our attempt to beat Rising Tide 2.1 on insane mode. I'm a little bit split. There seems to be a bit of dissent in the comments between whether I should stick with the rapid fires and do pretty much what I did last time, but there was one crucial, if you watched the last video, the one crucial mistake that I made was leaving the nursery group on food gather and attack, really. The nursery group should have turned off food gather and attack so they were just doing eggs in that last one. I didn't expect to lose, I don't think, as many workers or many workers and ranged units as I did. And I also could have turned off the food gathering for the workers and the ranged attackers, which would have stopped them from wandering around a bit too much. And the last thing I should have done is, because we knew it was going to be, well, because I know now it's going to be spiders at the very end, should have brought everyone in around the queen. There's no point in having this sort of defensive thing before where we had our workers here and our ranged units here to try and bottleneck them at the front, because the spiders just run right past. And that's how we lost in the end, because we had ranged units over here who were shooting spiders by the queen, but it didn't matter because the spider killed the queen before we killed the spider. So I think we could probably do it with rapid fire, but there are a lot of people still saying that mortars make it really easy. And if you just get some level 3 mortars, you can just camp by the exit where they spawn and you'll be fine. So I think, for the sake of argument, let's give mortars a go, right? So Rising Tide, insane, challenge mode off. Let's give this a go. So I'm hoping that come hell or high water, because it's Rising Tide, get it? We will complete this today, whatever that takes, pretty much.
This Formica rufa wood ant queen has laid her first brood in a burrow near the sea. Her nest is just on the outskirts of the beach. The perfect vantage.
So obviously I would like to do this first time. I'd also like to do it second time if we can't do it first time. But we'll just have to see how it goes. So largely our tactics are going to be exactly the same as they were previously. Right, send everyone in. Well, not quite enough to surround them. Not too bad, though. So one little one is down. We've already out of food. They've already killed that many. There's still another 2 little ones. The last tide is about to come in.
The nest are about to be completely flooded.
Yeah, I'm not convinced by the mortars, I'll be honest. Not convinced at all. Okay, so the first mortar attempt didn't go very well at all. I feel like we got really unlucky with the food gathering we had outside, where our ants just got really caught up. Yeah, I don't think this is going to go very well. Oh, a hermit crab's come down as well, just to really improve the party. Damn it. Damn it. Here we go with attempt number 3 with the mortars then. So yeah, again, we made a few mistakes last time. I'm still not convinced about the going outside thing to block the nest. There are so many hermit crabs coming around that it just seems really hard to bottleneck anything in. I did think we got some hermit crabs this second night. Maybe I have misremembered that. We don't have many ants left at all, do we? This might be it.
Starving. There is not enough food to feed the new brood.
This is it. This is it, because no one was gathering food, so that we had no food to hatch more ants. Not that we had any eggs to hatch anyway. Oh my word, this is tough.
Tucked mere centimeters beneath them.
Okay, so here we go again. Attempt number, God, I'm losing count. Number 4, I think this is. Oh, crapola. I've messed this up completely. Got a bit too close down there, and there are 2 adult tiger beetles there, and we've got 2 ranged. That's just not going to work. Okay, attempt number 5. Oh, really starting to lose track of what it is I am and I'm not saying in the videos.
Her nest is just on the outskirts.
So I've mentioned a bunch of people's comments previously, but because I've had to restart so many times, I'm just, like I say, losing track completely. So apologies if I sort of do something you suggested in a comment, but I don't actually reference you, because yeah, I've been back and forth on this. As I say, it's this attempt 4 or 5 now, and yeah, losing track a little bit. So what can we note? We can note that I am no longer using mortars. I started off the first 3 or 4 attempts trying to use mortars. I can see how they're useful. I can also see how it can be quite painful trying to get them to work the way you want them to work, unfortunately. So we have stopped trying to use the mortars for the moment.
There is food to be found all over the beach, but the wood ants
I got
must be cautious.
almost a full level 19 group of workers up to level 3 on one of my attempts, on my best attempt, but
strays too close.
they're only really useful if you're outside here and you're pinning the enemies in here. The problem that I had was that I'd have like a bunch of workers here and a bunch of mortars over here. Oh, food stores are full, not talking, not paying attention.
This colony must remain small for now.
But the problem I had was my mortars would stay here, but my range guys, because they sort of walk back and forth, it only takes one hermit crab to wander down here, and then suddenly you got this split force, and I had the spiders come out, and there's no one to defend the range guys, and it all just got a little bit messy, really, unfortunately. Right, so that food is all gone, so head down here and grab this little bit of food. And one of the things that I have said several times, that it does seem to be... Obviously there is a fair bit of skill involved, and there is a little bit of don't do these stupid things that I'm doing involved. Like messing up with your food and attacking stuff. That's where I really am making very silly mistakes. But I think there is a little bit of my first attempt, and I don't know how much you're going to see of them. The more I have to record, the less you're going to see of my previous attempts. But yeah, my first attempt just got hugely unlucky with the first group of gatherers. Like, I'd have all these guys running down here, turn their attack off just in time.
There are other wood ants here.
And then I'd had 3 enemy ants down here, and doing this, one ant there is just distracted.
Territorial disputes will
4,
favor the
3, another 3, another 4, just a 5 now, just distracting, just too many of my workers when they should be out gathering food and just running past them. So yeah, once you got 2 enemy ants right there, you're pretty much stuffed, unfortunately. They've got pretty much all that food there, so we might start working down here now. We do need to build our... Yeah, that's right. Just seems a bit close to that, but that is right. Let's do that. We also need to dig down here. The mistake I made just now was I dug this too close over here, so I'm going to go for 4. I'm pretty sure 4 is safe. I hope 4 is safe. Otherwise, we're in trouble. See, this is what I mean, where we've got 2 worker ants, 2 enemy ants there, and they just tend to bottleneck in a lot of the people that are actually trying to do things. So let's get our first, in fact, let's get our first couple of enemy ranged built. So yeah, 4 is, I think, as far as you can go there. Yeah, so I got to about this stage, yeah, where I had 2 ranged ants built, and then opened up this chamber here, which, if you don't know, it says there's no food in there, apart from that one little orange dot, and that's because there is no food in there. There is just that one little orange dot, and that one little orange dot is a enemy, or an ant queen, I should say, who's obviously worth lots and lots and lots. The problem is there are also 2 fully grown beetles in there, which can be a little bit more problematic. I've turned on attack just to get rid of these 2, because they were just holding everything up, unfortunately. Yeah, see, this is where we get a little bit unfortunate. Look, 2 junior...
The ants have been spotted by Cicindela dorsalis, the beach tiger beetle.
2 junior tiger beetles getting involved there and
king of speed,
causing us some problems.
Its wide carving jaws will slice effortlessly through squads.
So we'll head down to the other ant areas instead and try and get some of their lovely food.
To bring this beast down.
I don't know if the amount of food that is in these areas is also... Obviously, it's fairly randomized, but I thought it'd be a fairly strict sort of band of food that could arrive there, but it doesn't feel like I've got as much food from doing what I'd normally do. Like previously, I've managed to get a chamber of 7 ranged workers relatively easily as the tide comes in, whereas now we've got 4.
Any ants caught in the surge will be washed out to sea.
Got a bit more food coming in, and there's a little bit down here, but the tide is about to come in, and we do need to really be thinking about coming inside. So, let's see how we go with the forces we have. It's only little small things, so hopefully we'll be okay. We do need more than one ranged guy. There's 2, there's 3, there's 4, and that should be a bit better. So let's get that food. We now have 7 ranged guys. Oh no, we don't. Not yet. Not yet we don't. Let's dig that up. And let's open this up. Let's put these into 2 teams. Get the 7th one built.
There are intruders in the nest.
And so obviously the reason we're using 2 teams is to try and
The water is rising.
make sure that the
Ants must head for higher.
workers and the ranged guys are completely split. And also, if these guys do manage to move up a fair bit, it should stop the ranged guys being in the line of fire. Too much, anyway. Now they're focusing on the big guy, and a little bit unfortunate. Oh, there we go. Now you can focus on the big guy. So the second tide level is almost
Colony
in.
is starving. There's not enough food to feed.
We just ran out of food, but that's not too bad, so we can head down there. Let's start digging our way over here, because we're going to go there next. Let's expand this, because we're going to build some more ranged people next. And let's open this up. Oh no! Oh, that's a bit of a pain.
This colony.
Oh, did I want to do that? I probably didn't want to do that, but I have now.
Too scarce to support greater numbers.
So I'm guessing that's not quite empty yet. So the last tide level is about to come
Tide has
in.
almost reached its highest point. The sands east of the nest are about to be.
So we should get these guys done. Good. That's worked out okay. Oh, I didn't actually split them again, so they're still in one group. And let's get them running over there. Let's start digging our way up here, but obviously we're not going to go there yet. The tide is in, so we want to keep a bit of food in stock if we can.
It will be wise.
Let's make a couple of workers down there.
The nest remains hidden until the morning.
They will be on food gather duty. Not that there's much food, but there's a little bit. Let's open that up as well.
Overground, nocturnal hermit crabs rule over the sands at night. These creatures are typically scavengers, searching for algae and carrion on the beach. But due to the unusual incursion of Formica rufa colonies into
So the first one's coming in? That's the
this
first one's
particular
coming in.
community of crabs has developed a taste
Okay.
for ant flesh.
Let's see how this goes then. So there's a little bit of food there, but not too much. There's a little bit down here that the 2 5 guys are getting, but we're actually full of food again. Now that I say that.
Found its way into the nest. The ants must mount a swift and decisive defense.
Okay, so we're going to extend our food a little bit. We're going to build our little shortcut to the food, which will hopefully mean that people gathering food will take that rather than going through the fight. That's the plan. And now I'm going to turn their attack off while I think about it. Turn their attack off as well. So that's the first one's done. We'll let them gather that food. We will build a couple more arranged dudes. Still a little bit more food down there. Gonna need more food space, so let's start expanding this a little bit. We will need to extend these at some point, so we'll do that. We are going to need not that it's particularly important right now, but we're going to need some little areas to build our little forces when it comes to it. Let's build another ranged. So one person did say that they thought the tiger beetles, who we can't currently see because it's nighttime, looked a little bit bigger in this mode than previous. I think I am fractionally zoomed in. So I think that's probably why they look a little bigger than previous. Alright, let's start doing this and start getting the forces mobilized. Because the next bunch of crabs are almost here. How are the 5s doing down here? The 5s are done down there, so you can...
A group of hermit
No.
The
No. 5s, go and get that tiny bit of food that's over there. Good lordy. Also, dig out that last little bit there at some point. So I think we're doing okay with this one. The third one is often a problem. Because you've got just a few more adult in there as well who can cause us some issues. And whilst that one is done with, we'll do that as well. Yeah, let's get the full 19 done. That's a shame there. We're probably not going to upgrade all that many. We might upgrade some later on, but I don't think we're going to do all that many. So they've gathered that food and not left us too much in store. 113. So we won't build anything else quite yet. Is that the next one? Oh no, that's just a random guy walking past. So this is our first little end chamber done. We've got one down there. We'll want this one here as well. So let's dig that one out as well. Oh, not quite yet because there's something going on. Here they come. So let's put the 5s on egg gather duty.
More hermit crabs have found the nest.
And this is where we might need to pull our forces back a bit. And I can show you what I sort of what I meant last time. We do not have many workers at all. Yeah, so I'm going to put the 2s back here. So that when these hermit crabs invariably get to this line here and start killing the 2s, the next bunch of 2s will be gathering further back rather than just run into the front lines again. Just trying to keep them distanced. So we've killed a couple. Used up half of our food so far. Finally got a few workers coming in.
The colony is starving.
We're out of food.
To feed the new brood.
That is a bit more of a problem. I don't know why this is half shaded and I don't know if he stood on top of a very healthy crab, which could be a problem. So a lot of them are almost dead. I'm gonna have to send the rest of these melee guys in to join in, I think, because otherwise we are definitely done. It all depends. So that guy's healing. So they take out that guy instead rather than letting him attack. Ooh, that was close, wasn't it? That was very close. I think that is the end of that. Yeah, the tiger beetles are starting to come back, so that is the end of that attack. So I'd like to go out and try and get some of the hermit crabs, but I'm not sure. We can definitely get this guy. Now that our numbers are back up. Is that another one there? Yeah, let's get that. Let's turn their food gathering off.
The tide is receding and a new day dawns.
Let's go get this guy as well.
Might return to the safety of the shadows.
Just a little bonus to our food.
New trails. The harvest must go on.
So the second night we are going to get crabs. We are going to get spiders. So we are going to need to look at getting these little end places opened up. So I think for now I'll probably get these guys. What I'll do, I think, is I'll get them going down here. Let's turn their attack off. And then the 5s, I think I'll send out to gather this food. And then I'll extend the 5 group a little bit. I think that's what I'll do. We need to make some more ranged guys, so let's extend that. Shall we upgrade one? Let's upgrade 1. Just to spend some food more than anything. Not the 5s. So we can just grab this little bit of food here, clear this area out. Basically by sheer force of will and numbers alone. Oh, there's one more there, but there are a lot of enemy ants there, so let's not worry about it too much. Let's upgrade just a bunch of the food tiles. Let's send the forces down here to get some of this food. If we're lucky, we could take out a tiger beetle. We definitely have the numbers to take them out. It is really just a little bit about luck and not having too many tiger beetles appear at once. That's where we have problems. So we have absolutely rinsed that food supply, which is great. So I might send them down there then. Wrong one. That'd be embarrassing, wouldn't it? What we can do is start making 1 or 2 of these. Let's do that. Whilst they're down there gathering this lovely food. And there's some down there. Well, that's tiger beetles again? That's tiger beetles again. So what I might try and do instead is go up there and take out some of those tiger beetles, I think. That's pretty much done there, so let's actually leave that there. Why have the 5s? Oh, did I turn their food gathering off? Oh, why did I turn their food gathering off? Why would I have turned the 5's food gathering off? Don't know, that was obviously a mistake. Obviously a mistake. Let's move the 5s back in there, but for now we'll put those back on egg duty. So the 1s... Let's send the 1s up here. Let's turn their... Ooh, let's not yet. There's 2 adults. I can deal with 1 adult. I think 2's a bit much.
The battle.
Well, I should be able to deal with 1 anyway. Let's find out. Oh, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Pull everyone back. They are going to take out 1 though, which is lovely. We just don't have enough numbers here, I don't think, to deal with the second one quite yet. That's a bit more like it.
They cannot be bullied by sheer size alone.
This is the one which just attacked us as well, so if we can get him, that's a nice little victory for us. We might be okay there with that second one. He arrived a little late in the day. Although we don't have any workers there, only ranged guys, but still. Just about okay. If we can get a few more numbers up and get rid of this last one. Not many ranged at the moment is the problem, but then that's that's a lot of food. It's 800 food or so, isn't it? Here are a few of the ranged guys coming in. He's halfway down, so we should be okay. Yep, let's turn their food gathering on and let's just go mad for it up here. It's 800 food we've just got for ourselves. A couple of them down there. A couple of them there. A couple of them there. And the tide is just coming in, look.
Soon the lower levels of the beach will be flooded. Any ants caught in the surge will be washed out to sea.
So let's make some more ranged. And let's make some more workers. We will focus on workers this time round. Next time we will try and get some melee in, I think. I think it's A. Carlo Meticulous said that having just a few melee will help you out. Right, so the tide's coming in, so as soon as we've got that food out there... Or in fact, before then, let's bring everyone back inside. And let's get our 5 group out here. I'll just move the 5s in. Oh, it's okay, it's all gone anyway. It's all gone anyway. Fine. Let's turn the food gather off for these 2 guys. That's fine.
The water is rising quickly. The ants must head for higher ground.
So what the plan is to try and have... all of this food open by the end of the night, or the end of the day, sorry. So that's almost there, so let's get this on its way. And the 5s we can head down here. We could probably stick a few more on the 5s as well. Food stores are full, you say? Oh, I'm not actually prepared for that, am I?
The tide has almost reached its highest point. The sands east of the nest are about to be completely flooded.
But it hasn't yet reached its highest point, so let's open that up as well. And get all of this food gathered. So the problem with these far-flung nest areas is that if they try and move eggs down there, it's a long way for the egg carriers to go, isn't it? So I suppose that's why it's important to have a lot of people on egg gather duty.
The beach wolf spider. In the day, these spiders retreat to the shade provided by larger plants on the edge of the beach. But once the sun is gone, they are far more active and on the hunt for a meal.
Right, so we're going to have to be a little careful here, just because when those spiders arrive, they're going to come in fast. So I'm going to rely on the 5s for the food gathering. And the 5s alone. And I'm going to have everyone just hunkered around the queen, because I'm pretty sure... Yeah, that's spider straight away, look.
A wolf spider has found the nest entrance.
We are going to need to open this up a little bit, actually.
Quickly incapacitate any ant that tries to fight alone.
Might as well stick these on one group for now, hadn't we? See, it runs all the way down there, and there's one over there as well. And it's really just about waiting for them to get sort of cornered nearby. We're actually almost out of food again. Food space, I should say.
The ants must protect the queen.
Is it worth upgrading a few of these? Maybe. Let's upgrade a few of them. Mainly it's about numbers, but maybe we'll upgrade a few. And if we were going to build... We kind of haven't left much space, have we, for a melee area? It's going to have to be here, isn't it? It's an unfortunate... I suppose I could put it... here, couldn't I? I mean, stuff's going to have to walk through for the moment, but... That's alright. Yeah, let's get some melees built as well. Just as we have so many at the moment.
This one is large, fast, and voracious.
Voracious, he says. See, they're both cornered down there, so if we can get down there while they're both cornered, you can really work on taking them out. As long as no one goes for the queen while you're there. See, all three of them are there now. There's a fourth one. We're still running around, but there's another bunch to come yet, so we're not going to do anything quite yet. Fives are still gathering food, ever so slowly. Perfect. So what I might do around the queen, I think food tiles do slow everything down. Maybe I'll build some speed tiles around the queen. Just move it, make everyone move a bit faster. That makes a little bit of sense. Makes a little bit of sense. There's definitely another bunch to come yet. No beetles around at the moment, you see. They're still on their long journey to get food from up there. Here they come. Lots and lots of them, look. That's why I didn't build anything, even though we had lots of food. Just trying to track it all, but it's a bit hectic, isn't it? I'm thinking about going off-piste and sort of trying to get them when they're cornered, but that could cause problems as well. That's the thing. As in, if they get stuck up there fighting something and then someone attacks the queen, there's nothing to defend the queen. Although he's pretty close. Let's try and get rid of him. So there's 3 left. Oh, that guy's pretty surrounded. Can we get him? We actually ended up with a lot of food from that.
Must protect the queen.
Somehow we ended up with a lot of food from that. Alright, we're starting to get beetles appearing yet? I don't know. I can't remember if that's the last one or not. Oh, there's still something actually in there. So it's definitely not done quite yet, is it? So the 5s are still getting food up there. Oh, they managed to kill which 2 of those? Those 2 over there. They managed to kill both of those. Right, so that's everything there done. Can we get outside and grab some hermit crabs before they run away? Being the chickens that they are. I Food stores are full, but is that the only... Is that the only... Oh, there's one over there. Look at those guys.
A new day, the tide recedes. The nocturnal creatures return to the shadows, and once again, the harvest must continue.
So he should be dealt with pretty quickly. We're not going to get that little one. Oh, we are going to get that one there, though. That's worked out okay. Right, head down there then, everyone, and gather that food there. Once they're all out of range of this area, I'll turn their food gathering back on. I'll leave their attack on. No, let's turn their attack off. So the 5s are getting food from there, which is great for us. We're going to build a bunch more ranged up here. We'll extend these guys over here to get some more numbers in, some more worker forces.
The ants must defend themselves.
Right, so let's build a couple there. Let's dig this out. And dig one of those. In fact, we haven't got that food in there yet either, but we'll leave the 5s getting this stuff first. Food stores are full. Suppose I could just dig that out and make that one just massive worker chamber, couldn't I? Or melee chamber, I should say. It's all about the numbers. It's all a numbers game. I might upgrade a few of them here and there. I should spend a good deal of food and actually get them moving. Oh, maybe we could. Oh, they've gone now. Maybe we could, but they've gone. So let's in fact go up here then. And we'll get this food up here. Another 800 food. Oh, should we go down here this time actually? Because there's actually some food on the surface there as well. We need to wait for our numbers to gather a little bit first. 5 head up there. Food stores are full again. Let's upgrade the food stores.
Done all they can to improve these food stores.
And then let's head down here. See if we can tease one of these guys out. Oh, we got 2. We got 3. Don't know if we're going to be able to deal with 3. Should we find out? 1's down. We've got 4. 2's down, 3's down. 4's down. 5's are done there. Let's send the 5's down here. Let's send the 5's down here. The 1's going to stay here and we'll turn their food gathering. Oh, the food gathering is back on. Okay, cool. Well, that worked out then. I must have pressed the button accidentally. So we pretty much, I suppose we could extend down here, couldn't we? If we do that and that, we can extend this over here. You already got all that food? You have already got all that food. Wowzers. So make another row of melee ants. And then we'll head up here then and start taking out these guys. How the 5's doing? Half gone. Food stores are almost full. Right, let's start actually upgrading some things then.
The workers have done all they can to prepare this brood chamber.
And I'd rather not take on multiple at once, but we've already kind of shown that that's possible.
The battle has begun.
Ooh, you're not going to finish that sentence. The battle has begun. Let's turn off their food gathering before anything silly happens. Like they all run away with food when we're trying to actually take out more of these. Oh, this is a bit more of a problem. And exactly the same thing happened again, look. But we're okay, we're okay. And then let's upgrade some of these in the middle as well. I mean, we've got to be okay for numbers now, right? 5s are done. Ah, the tide is starting to come in, look.
Soon the lower levels of the beach will be flooded.
So we'll send the 5s up there to get that last bit of food. Need to get a couple built there. Couple built there. So I think that's all of our little end areas populated now, isn't it? Yes. Is it worth opening this out so we just have one massive chamber, or is it still worth having that little bottleneck there? Can't quite decide. We've got lots of food in store. I don't want to use up too much of it. That's all the food done. Let's just go take something out then. We've got a couple of minutes at least, haven't we? Or maybe not that long, actually.
The water is rising quickly. The ants must head for higher ground.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe we just hunker down. Maybe we just hunker down. Or just take out a massive bunch of enemy ants, I suppose. That's the other option, isn't it? But basically no reason. Yeah, let's get everyone back inside. Let's prepare for the upcoming catastrophe, as I'm going to refer to it. So we're going to put all of these on egg duty. So we have 1,000 food in store. I can't remember what comes first, hermit crabs or spiders. Turn off the food gathering of the main groups. We'll prepare for spiders, just in for hermit crabs, just in case. So we have a lot of ants on food gather, and they have their attack turned off. I'm going to leave their food gathering on, though. So we are going to need something to gather food for us.
The sands east of the nest are about to be completely flooded.
Like I say, I've purposely left in a whole bunch of food. So we've got 1,000 food in stock, but that's, as I say, quite purposeful. If we can get through the first wave and have a bit of excess food, then I'll consider doing something a bit different with it. I might... Should we open this up a bit? Let's open this up. So here we go then, the third night for the... Oh no, only for the second or third time we've got here. Because every other time we failed miserably beforehand. But this time we have a bunch of melees,
and soon,
including at least one on level 3. We've got a bunch of ranged, some of which are upgraded, including at least one on level 3. And we'll hopefully get some more very shortly.
Stay underground and hope that their nest remains hidden until the morning.
No, I was going to pull them back a little bit further, but then I thought there's always people who are going to be stood near the entrance and mess it up for everyone. So what we need to know now is what's coming out of this hole first. Crabs or spiders, that's the game. It's a really depressing game to have to play, but there we go. Crabs or spiders? What is it going to be? It's spiders. Pull everyone back to the queen.
A wolf spider has found the nest.
So just watching our food tick away now. Lost about 100 food almost. Still lots of spiders to go, but they are quite spread, which is nice. So the problem with the egg carrying ants, or this bunch here, is that they are just going to get picked off by the spiders. I'm not sure whether they've actually managed to do much. I suppose what they actually managed to do is when it quietens down, they can actually deal with some stuff, can't they? And their food gathering's on, isn't it? Yes. He's already gone, pretty much. Okay. I'm going to turn on their food gathering very briefly, and then just turn it off almost immediately again. There's another spider. There's another spider. Did not realize. There we go. So that's got our food stores up a little bit, and we have some spare capacity. So let's upgrade a couple of those. Let's do those as well, shall we? Looks like it's crabs next, so if we can get the ones down here quick sharp.
More hermit crabs have found the nest.
Oh my god, I forgot how many hermit crabs it was. That is absolutely insane. Look at how many hermit crabs it is. It's really hard to even discern their numbers, isn't it? Just a bunch of hermit crab. I can't think of the word. I want to say testicles, not testicles. Antenna, that's the word I'm looking for. Just a bunch of hermit crab antenna. Look at them, disgusting. Get rid of all of these notices, they are of no use to us. See, this is where having the mortars would be quite useful, because we'd be absolutely reaming through these, but I'm comfortable with my decision. I am comfortable with my decision. I think these are definitely better for the spiders, and it's the spiders which cause us problems. And this is where our egg gathering team will be doing okay. Because there's nothing really to distract them when there's hermit crabs in the nest. So the frame rate has dropped down to a very comfortable 19 frames a second. Wonderful. Our little melee team are pretty much doing their job, although there's a whole bunch which are getting stuck behind the range guys, which is a bit more annoying. This is allowing some of the hermit crabs to maneuver their way right up to here, and that's when they start just rinsing through our forces. So how are we doing? That one's almost gone. That one's healing up. Still another 3 or 4 up here, and here come the spiders. So we're going to pull everybody back.
The spider has found the colony. This one is a mother.
I thought we did okay. I do not think we did okay anymore.
These ants are facing.
So we're basically sacrificing. Oh no, we've done okay. We've done okay. Everyone come back. We have 700 food in store. There's a whole bunch of food there, but I just don't know how we're going to get it, and we can't afford to take any of these off of. You can already see that so many of them are dead, look. I might even... Should I do this? I'm going to do that. Just to try and get some of the eggs moved around, because there's so many spiders around, look. We've got lots of range ready to hatch. And they're doing a little bit better at holding back the spiders. Look, that's worked out okay. I'm hoping that moving this group in here is actually making a fairly sizable difference. I can see there's a whole bunch of things getting bottlenecked in, but I don't want to move away from the queen at all. So it's mainly just ranged here, look. There's not really anyone else at all. If this is the last wave, though, we should be okay. This is the only real major danger left. Major danger. Just after Colonel Deadly. He's down. There's one little spider there. I'm hoping that if there might be another wave to come yet, I don't know. It hasn't said it's everything, which concerns me a little bit. There's a lot of food over there, but no one to really gather it. I might move those guys over there to gather. Oh, no. Night has finished. Look, we have managed to pull it off. I think. The food sources are arriving, which suggests to me that we're okay. The beetles are coming out as well. So everyone else off gathering some food. Oh, there it is. There it is. Glorious victory. Oh, my word.
Eventually they will be displaced from this area entirely. Despite the dangers of the beach, it seems this intrepid queen's gamble to establish her colony here has ultimately secured her success.
Just about. Just about, and on the... I don't know how many times that took. If this recording is messed up in any way, it is tough. This is going up without commentary. Oh, wow. Yeah, so in the end, that last night was not too bad. I think those few upgrades, I'm not sure whether they helped that much. I can't decide. Maybe the melee ones helped more than the ranged ones. So I suppose that extra damage is always going to help, isn't it? But there we go. That is Rising Tide 2.1 on Insane completed, and completed relatively comfortably. We had a good number of eggs around. They were being dealt with quite nicely. We had a 400 food still, which had gone down a lot, but still, 400 food is 400 food. Yeah, I think we've done okay there. Just about. Are we going to make more food stores here to increase our 17,000 food, or do we need to make more ants? Is it silly to make more ants? Because we have a lot of ants. Like, we have a lot of ants. Do we need more? We are definitely going to have to increase our food stores, though. So let's just do that. Let's just see how much food we can get. So there we go. Rising Tide 2.1 on Insane is done. Thank you just so much for everyone for your assistance, your advice, your help. I genuinely couldn't do it without you. Really, really does mean the world. So thank you so much for everyone. So next time we get to do... What is the next one called? No, not Subjugation. Pressed the wrong button again, didn't I? Queen of the Hill, of course it is. We'll do Queen of the Hill on Insane, which will hopefully be a little easier. I'm not expecting it to be vastly easy, but I'm thinking it might be a little easier than Rising Tide. I guess we'll find out. Certainly once we've got the tactic down, previously it was a little easier. I don't know, like I say, whether that's going to remain the case. We'll find out next time, though. So, I have been recording this for, I don't know, about 2 hours now or something like that. My voice is steadily going. I can feel it tickling in the back of my throat. So apologies if there are any sort of squeaks or anything like that during that. It's difficult to me to keep track of as I'm struggling to do Rising Tide. Hope you enjoyed that. If you enjoyed that, and I hope you did, because it took me a lot of effort. If you did enjoy that, do click the like button. It is hugely, hugely appreciated. It genuinely is. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, and also, of course, hitting the little bell button for notifications. If you are subscribed, thank you so much for being part of the channel. It means the absolute world to me. Questions and comments, as always, leave them down below. Any hints or tips on what I can do for Queen of the Hill next time, let me know down below. Don't forget, I do stream on Wednesdays at 6 PM, and it'd be wonderful to see you there. Otherwise, I will see you next time in Empires of the Undergrowth. And as always, thank you very, very much for joining me.